So at this point, I'm pleased to be, or we're pleased to be 2-0. We played two good teams. We're down 24 minutes to South Florida. South Florida's picked in the middle to lower half of the American, but they're a good team because they're from a good league. But obviously we struggled. We're playing hard, and but we're not finishing. Obviously, we turned the ball over a lot, missed a lot of shots, both inside around the basket and at the free throw line and three-point line, which led to a lot of transition for South Florida. And this team, I think this team is better than South Florida from the standpoint of our matchup. They've got a couple of great shooters that are really, really confident. They'll shoot the ball very, very well. And they got a couple guys on the front line that can score with their basket to basket. They got some, Hightower is going to be a very tough matchup for us at the 3 and the 4 spot. And, I think that they've got really good backcourt play. They've got a young post player, Taliford, that finishes everything on the inside. And, he's going to be interesting to see, how John I and Dylan and Stretch match up with him in there. Whether they can handle him, whether in one-on-one or whether we need to come down and double. Just a really good team. For this early in the year, again, that just going to just expose us, which is what you want. You just we'll be challenged, and force us to force us to execute offensively, and force us to execute defensively and run good on our OBs and just stuff that it's a good opponent. So it'll be a good test.
Update on Chance Westry. How's it looking for him playing tomorrow night?
There's a chance Chance could play some, and if he does, it'll probably be 10 or 15 minutes just to get his feet wet. We don't want to rush him, but there's a chance he could play tomorrow.
Stretch, a possibility if Janai's ankle still bothering him.
If Janai's ankle's still bothering him and Janai is not able to move, then absolutely Stretch will be that next guy in, and got to make sure that Janai is healthy. It's possible. I've talked to him about it. He wanted to play through it, but if he can't move, then we'll put Big Stretch in there and be very, very confident with him. Janai is 1 point away from his 1,000th career point, so if he gets it tomorrow night, I'm sure they'll probably have some kind of a graphic up on the jumbotron. I don't think we're going to stop the game or anything like that, but it's a nice accomplishment for a player.
Bruce, you like the variety of the teams you guys are playing to start the year, like different styles and just getting exposed to a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I do. Yeah, and I know you guys get tired of me talking about or building these teams up. Maybe, and you've not beaten me up for it. But when you do schedule Winthrop versus somebody that's in the bottom of their league, this team won their division last year, finished second, I think overall. They lost in the tournament. They're picked second or first this year. These guys they know how to win. They got good players. They got really good coaches, and so, because we're in the SEC, our frontline guys will be a little bigger. The Jalen Williams matchup, will be interesting. But I think that, if you don't mind, just refer to my notes for a second. Yeah, Hightower. But when Hightower goes against Yo, that's a really older, experienced player going up against a guy that's going to be better than him in a year or two. But right now, that's just a tough matchup for him. So, yeah, I'm very pleased with the opponents. Look, next Friday we have Texas Southern. They just beat Arizona State last night. I think the other thing that's very interesting too is in college basketball you do have these great upsets that they look like. It just doesn't make sense sometimes. So, Colorado, beats Tennessee yesterday. Colorado lost at home to Grambling and come back and win. But it happens. It can absolutely happen because these teams are good. They're all good. It's a 40-minute game. It's just, it's not that anybody can overwhelm you. Texas Southern that goes into, plays Arizona State, they're 0-2. They come out with a win. My old Southern Indiana team, right? Southern Indiana, Superman Stan Gerard, head coach of Southern Indiana. They start their first year Division I. They go to Missouri and give Missouri all they want at Missouri, right? This is a team that was Division II a year ago. Southern Illinois goes to Oklahoma State and beats a really good Oklahoma State team. Then they go to Southern Indiana and get beat by 18. It's just, you just got to be excited about playing every night, regarding the matchup. So that's going to be my message for our guys against Winthrop. I understand it. I think you guys too. You guys are old enough and experienced enough to understand it. Will our players understand it? And I hope so.
Bruce, you said after the game something had to be done about Janai. You all have to take some sort of step with his ankle. What have the past couple days been like?
He was a little bit more active yesterday. They had Saturday off, so he moved a little better.
When you signed Trey Donaldson, were you expecting him to contribute a lot right away, and did going over to Israel probably help him get things?
Well, I think Trey's been, from the start of the summer through the fall. I just think he just has continued to make consistent progress. He is confident. He's tough. He knows how to win. He doesn't act like a freshman, and so he's been really, really solid, and it has allowed me to play, Zep off the ball. We've got to be able to our shooters have got to shoot it better, and I'm sure Winthrop is going to do everything they can to pack it in and not let us have driving lanes and just give our guys open shot. Not give our guys. They will challenge them because they close out real quick. But it would sure help what we're doing if we can make a few. That's going to be and what happens is everybody, we do a great job scouting, but so do the opponents, and it'll make it really hard for us to score inside and do a lot of things that we like to do with our offense if we can't make them guard us on the perimeter.
How pleased have you been with the defensive start last week? You guys gave up, I think it was 111 points, the best in like 15 years to start the year for Auburn.
Said again, now we gave up how much now?
I think it was
In 2
100.
games?
Yeah, in 2 games.
I mean, the defense has been great, and our guys' effort's been great. The effort and energy have been great, and we're going to have to hang our hat on our defense and our rebounding and things like that. So, we spent a lot of time on it, and it's what defense and rebounding travel, and they win championships, and we're going to have to continue to really, really guard, until we can get our offense starting to click a little bit better.
Bruce, you talked
Finish.
About
That's
you talk about knocking down shots. Are you happy with the shot selection?
Not always, no. But part of that is early in the season and guys kind of, finding their way. We studied our game yesterday pretty good and went over what we thought were good shots and what we thought were, contested, forced early for whatever reason. And you got to try to cut down on some of those possessions, but that would help.
Any more questions?
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.